Hey, good morning, everybody. We got some hustle in the mud 24/7, 365. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy birthday, Jesus. I got a thing going. You want 15 minutes of my time, free phone call, no charge whatsoever. You send me an email. My email's in the description on the video, and include your phone number, and I will give you a call. And I had a gentleman yesterday, Cody, and 24 years old. I think he said he's got $55,000 saved up in cash. He's got a job, regular W-2, and he's flipping cars, and he's also cutting grass on the side. And, my hat's off to him and everything. That's some serious hustle going on right there. And he was talking about getting into rental property, and so we got to talking, and there's a quadplex that he's been looking at that is priced pretty decent. It's got 3 people that are living there, below market rates going on, and it's been on the market for almost a year. I think he said just a little over 300 days. And we got to talking to him and everything, and and I was like, well, why don't you go make an offer on it? And he's already been pre-approved and everything. And he was like, well, yeah, I guess I could do that and everything. And I said, go make an offer of $120,000 on it. See what they had to say. Worst thing is they could say no. And he was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And I said, you already got a realtor you're working with. And he said, yeah. I said, okay, well, you call that realtor and you make that offer. This is yesterday. You make that offer before 12 noon tomorrow. What? And I was like, yeah, you make that shit happen now. And the thing about it is that what I've learned watching my actions is it's so easy to get bogged down into the ramp up to actually making the offer, the ramp up to actually doing the follow through, the ramp up to actually knocking on that door. And that's the thing that ends up separating those that are successful to those that are not, is actually following through with that. And it's so easy to get bogged down in that, well, I don't know if I can do that, or I don't know if I can, I'm going to put that off till tomorrow. I don't know all the information, and it's like, because I have so many people that I hear and talk with that they are asking, what is it that I should do? Should I go ahead and should I get an S Corp going? Should I get an LLC going? What do you do about this? What do you do about that? Got a lot of people that ask me about the dump trailer hustle. What kind of insurance should I run? And so much of those questions will be answered on how your business evolves, okay? But one of the things with an LLC is for the corporate veil, the protection that it offers, in the sense that if you get sued, they sue the company, not you personally, because in essence, you're not really attached to it the way that the law is set up. But the thing is that if you only got one house, you really ain't got nothing for somebody to come after, okay? And especially if it's financed, all right? I'm going to tell you how a lawsuit works is that somebody's going to have an idea, hey, I need to sue someone. They're going to go to an attorney, and that attorney's going to say, well, sit down and tell me about the situation and everything like that. And so then they're going to start talking about it and everything. And that attorney's going to try to figure out, well, does this really have some merit, and how easy is this going to be, okay? Because attorneys don't want to go to court. Courts have a way of tying up a lot of money, and they end up... it's just not a good situation. They want the quick cash, okay? And that's why you'll see that, generally speaking, they know that the real big names, especially in the insurance agency world, are really looking to settle quickly and move on, okay? And so they might be able to push something and get $250,000, but a quick 80, yeah, they're in and out and they're done. And so what they're going to do is evaluate this person that you're looking to sue and ask and say, well, what's the possibility of this person having something to be able to, for us to get, and how likely is it? And then if we do have to end up in front of a jury, will we get awarded for it? Okay? But the thing is that I say all of this because everybody gets wrapped up in the, well, what if, or how should I do this, and it's like, and nobody I know had the perfect business model to start with. But I do know this, they got started. They made it happen. They got a lawnmower and started cutting grass. I don't know if Cody got insurance for his grass cutting business. I didn't ask him. I think it's great that he's out there hustling like that, okay? I don't know if he's got a car dealer license for flipping cars. I don't know, But I think that he bought a car and said, hey, I know I can make some money. Let me do this. I'll fix it up, whatever he does, and then turns around and makes a profit on it, okay? So he didn't get bogged down in, I wonder what kind of special license I've got. Do I need to get an LLC? Do I need to be an S Corp? What do I need to do? Let me look into this. No, he took action, okay? And that's the thing is that so many people want to get bogged down in, well, I need to do this. I need to do that. And the simple fact is you need to get off your ass and make something happen, okay? The only time that you need to worry about LLC this, S Corp that, and everything like that is that when you get enough, okay, and it starts to become a little bit of a burden, then you're probably going to need to get a CPA to do your taxes and help with that for the write-offs and tax benefits. And then you're going to ask them, say, hey, what is it that you do? What do you suggest I do? And the thing about it is that depending on what your hustle is going to be, like I'm self-employed, okay? There is nobody, I don't get any kind of W-2 from a corporation or anything of that nature, okay? So the way that I do my business is going to be different than if somebody says, hey, look, I just want to make extra, $3,000 a month, and I got a few rental properties, and I'm going to stay with my really good paying job that's got great benefits and retirement, and I want to keep that going. And folks, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's nothing. My goal is not to get you self-employed. Okay, that's, it's not for everybody. All right, and there's many a days that I look at you all and I say, damn, it sure would be nice to show up at 7, leave at 4, and not have to worry about nothing else. That's not my world. Here I am. I'm doing this video at 4:15 in the morning. My alarm went off at 3:30. Okay. Yesterday was a great day. I got to spend the vast majority of the day on my tools. I wasn't having to answer phones. I didn't do any estimates. I didn't talk to any customers. It was a wonderful day. And those days for me are extremely rare. And I'm not the best at what I do, that's for sure. But I do enjoy building, and it's like meditation for me. And so I just built a simple handrail on a set of steps on one of my rental properties and had a really good time doing it. So that was pretty cool. The thing that I do want you all to experience is I want you to experience what we call fuck you money. Is that when you wake up in the morning, it's a choice that you go into work. It's a choice that you buy the big bag of beef jerky or pistachios. It's a choice that you go to the 5-star restaurant. If you want to do it 5 days a week, that's a choice. If you only want to do it once a month, that's a choice. Whatever it is, whatever that is and what it looks like for you, that's what I want you to see, because it is a totally amazing feeling of freedom that you receive when you are no longer under the gun, when you're no longer under the man's thumb. I got a buddy of mine that he works for a food delivery corporation, got the trucks through all the restaurants and everything. And he has done real well in the corporate environment. He's one of those that is smart enough to know what to say and when to say it. Okay, he's extremely outspoken. But he's tactful and logical when he does it. The other thing is that he has maxed out his 401k, some other retirement options that he's had available and everything. And he's in a position that he does not have to work. And everybody at the job knows this as well. And he was in a corporate meeting not too long ago, and somebody asked him about, working on the weekend or overtime, and he was like, no. And somebody looked at the guy asking him and said, give it up. He's got fuck you money. He doesn't need to. And again, I'm here to tell you, there's a special kind of freedom that happens in your life when you wake up in the morning. And regardless if the motor goes out on your vehicle, if the kid needs braces, if you need to move your parent in and start supporting them because they're no longer able to take care of themselves, there's a special kind of freedom that comes with knowing that you can do that. All right. More than likely, it's not going to come from working one job from 9 to 5 for 40 years. Okay. Now it could. There's a couple things that are going to happen for that to take place. One of them is what we call the lifestyle creep, which means that when people's pay increases, so does their spending habits. And the thing about it is that, if you bought a house 30 years ago, you've stayed in it, and you got a boatload of equity in it, but you didn't do any cash out refis and take that money and put in a pool or anything like that, but you basically ended up paying off that house, and now you got an extra $500, $800, $1,000 a month, whatever it is, and you're taking that money and investing it into something that's going to pay you money, i.e. rental property or something, some type of, real estate where, maybe you do an ebook and, you do that book one time and you can sell it for the next 500 years. I don't know what it is. And maybe you invested in, some dividend paying stocks that are, continually putting money in your pocket. The thing about it is not to get bogged down in the decision. Go ahead, make it happen, pull the trigger, follow through with the execution, and get the ball rolling. 1, 2, 3 houses, don't worry about an LLC. The chance of you getting sued is slim. Somebody coming after you, no. If you want, go get some liability insurance that, if you're not carrying insurance on the properties, get some liability so in case somebody's walking across the front yard and, trips and falls and breaks their ankle or something like that. But again, I have so many people, it's like, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? I think you need to get off your ass and make it happen. That's what I really think. You're going to make mistakes. Go ahead and sign up. You need to get a piece of paper and say, I will make mistakes and I want to do them often. Okay? Because that means you're actually taking action. All right? Mistakes are going to happen. There is no book per se on the best way that suits everybody on how to build a rental portfolio. One of the things we talked about with that guy Cody yesterday was his area might not be the best area for him to get involved with real estate. He might need to look at something else somewhere, in a different part of the country. My area, you can still buy houses $70,000, $80,000 a piece and be able to rent them out for $1,000, $1,200 a month. Not everybody's in that situation, but there's other places in the country that it does happen because I've met people. So the thing is that I've looked at investing elsewhere because we have hurricanes where I'm at. And so, a big portion of my portfolio could get wiped out with one storm. And so I'm looking at different places in the country for me to be investing in. Where's the best place, So take some action, make it happen. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. It will happen. And sometimes you're going to say 2 years down the road, oh, I wish I'd done it like this back then and everything. I get it. I've done it. I've been there. But guess what? I still took action and I made it happen. So if you want 15 minutes of my time, send me that email free of charge. I will give you a call. I want you to have a very wonderful holidays. Be safe, be productive, be profitable, and figure out who's got your money.